All right. Sportsmanlike conduct back again. We didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, we've been sitting here.
Pretending like we're going somewhere and coming back. Just
if you guys don't hear the conversation we're having between segments.
That's probably actually better than the actual show.
Yeah, we should probably just keep recording.
No, I feel like there should be like a crew in here filming behind the scenes.
We can release on our DVD of behind the scenes
straight
stuff.
to DVD.
Yeah, that'd be great.
No one would want to see that at all.
I'd watch it. It's that funny. Yeah, we're going with the two bowls here, Holiday Bowl and the Liberty Bowl. Yeah, we'll start with the Liberty Bowl. You've got UCF and Georgia. UCF a 10-2 record this year.
10-3.
10-3 record. I'm sorry.
10 wins though. Conference USA. Good.
I did not have them slated to win 10 wins. To win 10 games. And I did not have Georgia slated to win 6-6.
You had Georgia going better than 6-6. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
It was a disappointing year for Georgia, but Georgia is, to me, a lot like team. Penn State. To me,
they're on the up.
Growing pains.
Yeah, they're going to be good next year.
I see a lot of promise in Georgia, and I think that's the thing I like about young teams in the bowl games is that you always want to, like a young team like that, you always want to build momentum into next season and have next season be like kind of a breakthrough year. Yeah. Whereas that's the difference between a team like Georgia and a team like Alabama to me. Like, I just don't see Alabama having that much, like, it's not necessary for Alabama to build momentum for next year. They're Alabama. They're going to be back again next year. Georgia, a team like that, I think it's important for them to build momentum to next season. And I think I like them to do that in this game against UCF.
Yeah, UCF has been great on defense the entire year. I mean, they have I don't know what they are at the end of the season, but halfway through they were top 12 in the country on defense. They couldn't have dropped much in the past few games, and Georgia, like you said, they're 6-6, but the difference to me is Georgia's offense going against his UCF defense. UCF has not seen a defense or players like Georgia has, namely AJ Green.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be tough.
I just don't know how UCF has an answer for. They haven't seen a wide receiver like him, and the Georgia quarterback can make the throws, and his name escapes me right now.
Aaron Murray. Aaron Murray out of Plant High School.
Yes. Aaron Murray can make some throws. They can put up some points. They have big play potential, and I don't think UCF can hold them.
It could be close. I think UCF might give them a tough game, but I still like Georgia.
Well, even if they keep it close, I don't know if UCF's offense can carry him against the Georgia defense.
I mean, it's just Georgia D. Georgia D struggle too. They've been, New York.
But here's the thing: when you put a Conference USA team against an SEC team,
right,
there's just a lot of speed in the SEC.
The thing is, you're putting a Conference USA team against an SEC team.
And I know we were saying earlier that the SEC has been down in the SEC, but the talent level, but the speed is just it goes a long way in the talent level. There is a difference between the two conferences. There's just no doubt. Right. You can't. There's no denying it, and it is what it is. So,
although I'll say that historically in this game, I don't know that I've liked the team's odds more than I like UCF this year against Georgia.
I think
UCF
will
matchup for the Conference USA to have to go up against any SEC team.
UCF can win this game. I don't think they can. I don't think they can't not win this game.
What?
I don't think. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think it's impossible for win?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, it's not impossible for them to win this game, but I think Georgia is just too good of a team.
So 2 Georgias, and then we're going to move on after the Liberty Bowl to the Holiday Bowl. Jake Locker could possibly be his last game at Washington.
Yeah.
The only thing Washington has going for them, absolute one-man team. Yeah. Probably. I can't think of a better example of a one-man team in all of college football than Jake Locker.
6-6 on the year, and they're 5-3 in the conference, and they're second place, right? And then we decided? That's the only third
because Stanford and Oregon.
Right. I'm sorry.
Well, I think if you look at the standings of the Pac-10, I think this would have been USC's bowl, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see where USC ended up finishing. It could have, they would have had a choice of USC in here because USC is 5-4. They probably would have picked USC.
I don't know if it would have mattered because
against Nebraska is probably better than either team, but still, Washington. They've already played Nebraska this year, and it was not pretty.
No,
absolutely not pretty. It's a rematch of a game that was 56-21 in the regular season. So, and that was at Washington.
And
I think that was. I take that back. I think that was on a neutral site, a neutral field. So,
this one as well. And Washington has not gotten any better.
They have won their last 3 in a row
against UCLA, Cal, and Washington State.
Not impressed.
They also lost to Arizona, Stanford, and Oregon, which are 3 ranked teams.
By 30, 41, and 37.
Yeah. So, take what you want from that. Yeah. Nebraska and their offense just puts up
Taylor Martinez and their defense.
What happened to Jake? I mean, Jake Locker was so high on the draft board coming in this year. And Washington has just been...
He's still high on the draft board. He's definitely going to be...
He's still dropped, high. Man. He's dropped.
I still think you'll see him get drafted pretty high.
Oh, he's definitely a quarterback that can play in the NFL and be really good. There's no doubt about that. But 17 touchdowns, 19 interceptions.
I'll tell you this right now, they're a hell of a lot better than Trent Edwards' numbers when Trent Edwards was in college, and Trent Edwards got drafted in like the 2nd round.
This is true. This is true.
Obviously, Jake Locker's not going to be the number 1 pick like he had the possibility of playing himself into this season. He didn't do enough to do that.
And he didn't have, in his defense, he did not get a lot of help.
He didn't get a lot of help, but he can't lay all the blame on his teammates. He could have played better.
Yeah.
He absolutely could have played better. So things didn't go his way. He's got one last chance. This is a guy, unlike Julio Jones. Like I said, Julio Jones' stock is not going to change. Jake Locker could,
if he has a good game.
Yeah, quarterbacks are like that. I think they can play one day and they have a big day in a bowl game. They can elevate their draft stock a little bit. He's not going to go back up to the top 10, but he can definitely. It could be a momentum builder for him too, where he comes back to Washington next year and tries to rebuild his draft stock back into the top 10. Because that's a huge. If you have a chance to be the number 1 pick, if you feel like, I think that's a good actually a good investment for a college quarterback. If you have a chance to play yourself into that number 1 overall pick, you got to come back, right?
Yeah.
Because you're look at the paydays of Matt Stafford. Look at that, and Sam Bradford. Exactly. Look at those 2 guys' paydays as the number 1 overall pick.
Before even throwing a snap in the NFL.
As opposed to right now being a 2nd or 3rd round pick, you're talking about a $70 million, not a $70 million, but like $30-40 million difference there. Yeah. So that's a risk that I think you have to consider.
And you can't really go much worse than 6-6. You can, but that team I think can improve.
Right.
And I think he's going to be better if he comes back. So I don't think he's got much to lose. It's not like he underperformed and his team still was winning. He's obviously the catalyst on that team. He's the one-man show.
It wouldn't hurt him to come back, though.
No,
he's got a lot of improvements to his game.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. So,
Nebraska's had a pretty good year. Obviously, losing that Big 12 championship game to Oklahoma hurts. They really felt that they were ready to make that leap into a BCS bowl.
Not
going to have to wait another year, but you got a freshman quarterback, you got a good defense, you got a great coach. Things are looking up for Nebraska. Yep. Again, they're going to be right there. Texas, things are looking down.
Well, they're not. Nebraska's not in the big. There's the last game in the big. They're not in the Big 12 anymore.
Nebraska's going to the Pac-10. Absolutely. Big 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Colorado's going to Pac-10. Nebraska's in the Big 10. So the Big 10 got themselves. That's a land. Team. Yeah, that's a great addition to the Big 10 by going out and getting Nebraska. That was huge.
Yeah, no doubt.
Bo Pelini has them poised for a great future right there. All right, so that's that. Those 2 more games, and we'll probably do maybe 2 or 3 more segments. Then we're going to roll out of here tonight.